Some days feel heavy for no reason. You wake up, but something inside stays asleep. You smile, but it doesn't reach your eyes. You move, but your heart feels still. There's a quiet voice in your head saying, maybe you're not enough. Maybe life is just this. And yet, another voice whispers softer, what if you are stronger than you think? The truth is, the world reflects your thoughts. When you fill your mind with fear, you see fear everywhere. But when you fill it with hope, everything begins to breathe again. Drifting through days without purpose is easy. Believing again, choosing faith, takes courage. This is what the power of positive thinking teaches. It's not magic. It's mastery of your own mind. It's learning to speak kindly to yourself, to replace doubt with quiet strength. Every thought you choose builds a piece of your reality. Every word you speak shapes who you become. This isn't about pretending everything's perfect. It's about seeing light even when it rains. Because you are not broken. You are becoming. You are not weak. You are awakening. The greatest transformation begins not outside, but inside the silence where faith is born. So stay till the end. Because today, one story might remind you, the power was always yours. Every dream begins the same way, with doubt whispering louder than faith. You tell yourself you're not ready, not smart enough, not gifted, not like them. But confidence is not born, it's built. One honest word at a time. You don't need permission to start. You need belief to continue. A quiet belief that says, I can learn, I can grow, I can rise. Because the world mirrors your conviction. If you don't believe, no one else will. Doubt is a thief dressed as logic. It steals your courage before you even try. Faith is the opposite, silent, stubborn, alive. It grows when you feed it with action. Wake up and say something true. I am not less. I am becoming more. You don't need perfect English to speak clearly. You need honesty and heart. Every mistake you make is proof you tried. Every try is proof you believe. Remember, inner peace is not weakness. It's the foundation of power. Your mind is like a phone with too many apps open. Close the noise. Find your center. Silence is not emptiness. It's where confidence is born. Breathe deeply. Talk to yourself the way you would to a friend. Say, I am enough. Say it until you start believing it. No one sees the small victories, but those are the seeds of greatness. The first time you stand up for yourself. The first time you speak with conviction. Those moments are not small. They are the roots of strength. Don't chase approval. Chase self-respect. You don't need to be louder than others. You need to be louder than your fear. Belief is a daily decision. Some days it's easy. Most days it's hard. But hard doesn't mean impossible. It means important. You are not fighting the world. You are rebuilding yourself. And that's the real victory. Becoming your own source of courage. Each morning, look in the mirror and smile. Say, I trust myself today. Because the moment you believe, the world begins to open like dawn. Doors you couldn't see appear. Opportunities rise from silence. The shift is invisible but real. Because belief changes energy. People feel it before you speak. They respond to the quiet fire in your eyes. Confidence is not arrogance. It's calm certainty. It doesn't shout. It glows. It doesn't demand. It attracts. Keep feeding that light. Every thought of faith is fuel. Every act of courage adds oxygen to your fire. Keep going even when no one claps. The applause will come later. For now, trust the process. You're not late. You're just learning your rhythm. And rhythm takes time. Don't measure progress by speed. Measure it by consistency. One step each day is enough. One belief repeated is power. Your journey begins when you stop apologizing for existing and start showing up as yourself. Because the truth is, no one is born confident. Confidence is built by those who refused to quit, by those who believed when no one else did. And you can be one of them. If you keep your heart awake, if you keep your words kind, if you keep your faith alive. Say it once more, louder this time. I believe in myself. Not because life is easy, but because you are strong enough to live it. When you fall, rise slower but wiser. When you fail, smile, you're learning. Every setback is a teacher. Every challenge is a mirror. It shows you what still needs healing. It reminds you where to grow. Don't run from it. Face it. Fear loses power when you look it in the eye. Your story is still being written, and belief is the pen. Write boldly, even if your hands shake. Write honestly, even if your heart breaks. Because belief doesn't promise perfection. It promises transformation. And that is worth everything. You don't need the whole world to believe. You just need one person. You. So breathe, lift your chin, and walk forward. You are becoming unstoppable. Because faith is not found, it's chosen, and you just chose it. That's where confidence begins. Inside your decision to believe again. Fear wears many faces. Sometimes it's loud. Sometimes it hides behind excuses. It tells you to wait until you're ready. But you'll never feel ready enough. Fear doesn't protect you. It traps you. It builds walls around your dreams. Every what if I fail becomes a chain. Every maybe later becomes a cage. But courage is not the absence of fear. It's walking through it while still trembling. There's a power inside you that fear can't touch. It awakens when you take the first step. You don't defeat fear by thinking. You defeat it by moving. Take one small action, and fear starts to shrink. Take another, and confidence begins to rise. The mind believes what you repeat. So speak strength, not limitation. Say, I can handle this. Say, I will learn what I need. Because fear is a liar. It shows only what could go wrong. Faith shows what could go right, and the future belongs to those who act. Don't wait for fear to leave. It never leaves. It just gets quieter. The more you face it, the smaller it feels. That's the secret of growth. Think of fear as a fog. It looks thick until you walk through it. Every step clears your path. Every breath proves you're stronger than it. Stop feeding fear with attention. Feed your focus instead. Stop imagining disasters. Start visualizing victories. Your mind listens to your pictures, so paint better ones. Replace "what if I fall" with "what if I fly." That simple switch changes everything. It turns panic into power. People who act in fear still win, because movement creates clarity. You can't think your way out of fear. You can only walk your way through. Even a trembling voice is still a voice. Even shaky steps still count. Keep walking. Keep speaking. Every moment of courage builds your new identity. The one who moves despite doubt. Don't let fear become your story. Let it become your starting point. Every brave person you admire once felt afraid. They just refused to obey it. They acted while scared. And fear eventually bowed to persistence. You can do the same. You already have everything you need. Fear says, "You can't." Courage whispers, "Watch me." That whisper is where freedom begins. A quiet rebellion inside your chest. It doesn't need applause. It just needs action. Turn your someday into today. Turn your shaking hands into movement. Remember, every storm passes, but every lesson stays. Fear teaches you what matters most. It points directly at your next growth. When you fear something deeply, it often hides your hidden potential. So run toward it, not away. That's where your life expands. Close your eyes and breathe. You are safe in this moment. Fear lives in the future. Peace lives in the now. Come back to your breath. It will anchor you every time. Don't fight fear. Feel it. Then act anyway. Because action dissolves anxiety. Motion melts resistance. Say to yourself, "I've faced worse." Because you have, and you survived. You are not fragile. You are unbreakable. Fear will visit, but it cannot stay. Not where determination lives. Every time you move forward, you rewrite your limits. Every brave act, no matter how small, changes your chemistry. Your brain starts believing you're unstoppable, and soon, you are. That's how freedom feels. Not empty, but light. No chains, no pretending, no hiding. Just quiet strength. Freedom is not loud. It's peaceful. It's knowing you can handle life, whatever it brings. So next time fear knocks, open the door with calm. Say, "I see you, but I choose courage," then step out anyway. Because one act of faith can shatter 1,000 doubts. You are not your fear. You are the fire that walks through it. And one day, you'll look back and realize fear was only smoke. What stayed was your strength. What grew was your freedom. There's a power greater than logic. You can't see it, but you can feel it. It's the quiet force that carries you when everything else feels heavy. Some call it God. Some call it the universe. But whatever name you give it, it begins with trust. When you stop trying to control everything, life starts guiding you gently. Not through luck, through alignment, through peace. Faith doesn't mean closing your eyes. It means opening your heart. It's saying, "I've done my best. Now I let go." That surrender is strength, not weakness. Because the moment you release control, you make room for miracles. The world bends to the calm soul, the one who moves with grace. You don't need to see the whole path. You just need to take one step in belief. That's how mountains move, one faithful step at a time. Faith feeds your energy. It turns exhaustion into clarity. When you lose connection with meaning, even small tasks feel impossible. But when you work with purpose, you never truly run out of strength. Think of Nora, the nurse who worked 12-hour shifts. Her feet ached, but her spirit glowed. She didn't draw energy from coffee. She drew it from compassion. Every patient reminded her why she started, and her heart never ran dry. Energy is emotional, not just physical. Negative thoughts drain, love restores. So choose what you feed your mind. Words become fuel. Say, "I'm grateful for this moment," and suddenly your body listens. Gratitude is electricity. It lights every dark corner inside you. Even science agrees. Your body responds to your beliefs. Hope quickens healing. Peace calms pain. The body follows where the mind leads. So guide it with kindness. Repeat softly, "My body is healing." Repeat it until your heart believes it. That's not fantasy. That's focus. And focus is powerful. Love heals faster than fear ever could. Because love tells your cells, live. You don't need to fix everything today. You need to nurture what's alive inside you. Forgive often. It's medicine for the soul. Anger poisons you, not them. Remember Ben, who forgave his brother after 10 years. His peace returned the same day. Forgiveness doesn't change the past. It frees your future. Say the name of someone who hurt you. Then whisper, "I release you." You don't do it for them. You do it for yourself. Because bitterness blocks blessings. Let go, so new love can enter. Let go, so peace can breathe again. Human connection is sacred. Without it, success feels hollow. Speak kindly to strangers. It costs nothing, yet heals deeply. When you smile with sincerity, you remind others they belong. And that's all we truly want, to feel seen, to feel loved. Faith isn't only between you and the divine, it's also between you and others. It's believing in good hearts, even after seeing broken ones. That belief keeps the world gentle. It keeps humanity alive. Take time to connect, not through screens, but through presence. A warm touch, a calm word. Those are tiny miracles we overlook daily, but they build invisible bridges of strength. Faith teaches you to look deeper, beyond the chaos, beyond appearances, to see the quiet beauty in ordinary moments. That cup of tea before dawn, that soft laugh of someone you love. Those are proof that grace still exists, that you are guided, not forgotten. Energy returns when you stop resisting life, when you let things unfold instead of forcing them. You were never meant to carry everything alone. You were meant to trust, to connect, to love. Faith says, "I am held." Love says, "I am whole." Together, they make you unstoppable, unshakable. Even in pain, you'll find peace. Even in loss, you'll find meaning. Because faith doesn't remove storms, it teaches you how to dance in the rain. And when the rain ends, you'll see who you've become. Stronger, softer, brighter, alive again. So tonight, before you sleep, whisper 3 truths. I am not alone. I am healing. I am grateful. Then rest knowing something greater holds you still. And in that silence, your energy begins to rise again. That's how the spirit renews itself. Not through perfection, but through connection. Faith, energy, and love. The trinity of quiet power. Keep them close, and you'll never be empty again. There comes a point when belief alone is not enough. You must act, even when it hurts, because faith without motion fades, and dreams without effort die quietly. Perseverance is love in motion. It's saying, I still choose to try. When life gets heavy, most people stop, fuss, but strength is built in those final steps. You don't need to move fast. You just need to move forward. Consistency beats intensity. Small effort, repeated daily, creates transformation. Think of Clara. She spent years pleasing everyone but herself. Her parents wanted safety. Her friends wanted silence. But one night, she broke. She looked in the mirror and whispered, "No more." She left the job that killed her joy. She left the marriage that stole her voice. People judged, gossiped, called her selfish. But for the first time, she felt free. Freedom costs comfort. But peace is worth the price. She studied music again. She sang like her soul remembered who she was, and the world listened. Because authenticity is magnetic. That's the lesson. You can't inspire while pretending. Only truth has power. Stop living for applause. Start living for alignment. Because purpose is not what you do. It's what you feel alive doing. When you find that fire. Even failure becomes fuel. Purpose gives pain meaning. It turns struggle into strength. When you know your why, you'll survive anyhow. Your dreams will test your patience. They'll demand sacrifice and silence. But that's how greatness is built. In moments no one sees, the world calls it luck. But it's faith disguised as effort. Every rejection is redirection. Every delay is divine timing. Remember J.K. Rowling. 22 publishers said no, but one said yes. You don't need everyone to believe. You just need one yes, even if it's your own. That's how revolutions begin. In quiet rooms with stubborn hearts. So when you feel like quitting, pause. Don't stop. Ask, why did I start? Revisit the spark. The version of you who still believed. That person is still here, waiting for you to remember. Success is not a straight line. It's a spiral, full of circles and lessons. You rise, fall, and rise again. Each time stronger, clearer, braver. That's resilience. The art of returning when everything falls apart. Start rebuilding, one small piece at a time. No storm lasts forever. But your spirit can. Write down your victories, even the small ones. They remind you of your power. You've survived 100% of your worst days. That's proof you can continue. Don't let exhaustion make your decisions. Rest, but don't retreat. Even the sun disappears each night, but it never stops shining. Your light is the same. Hidden doesn't mean gone. Purpose reignites when you serve something beyond yourself. Help someone. Teach, listen, comfort, share. Giving reminds you you're needed, because meaning grows in connection. The moment you lift others, you rise too. Perseverance is not a battle, it's a rhythm. Fall, breathe, rise, repeat. Keep showing up, especially when no one watches. Integrity is doing right without witnesses. Your effort will echo someday. Not immediately, but inevitably, because the world always rewards persistence. It just takes time. Be patient with your journey. You are not behind, you are becoming. Every struggle is shaping your purpose. Every delay is preparing your direction. Stop comparing timelines. You're not late. You're on your own path. And this path, though rough, is sacred. It's the road where you meet yourself. When fear whispers, give up. Answer softly, not yet. Say it again when you're tired. Say it until your heart believes it, because you've come too far to stop now. Too much pain has been turned into strength, and strength is never wasted. It becomes legacy. Someday, someone will hear your story and find the courage to keep going. That's how purpose spreads, from one brave soul to another. Keep believing in unseen progress. Roots grow before flowers bloom. Trust the season you're in. Even winter prepares the soil. You are still growing, even when nothing shows. Faith builds the bridge. Persistence helps you cross it. So rise one more time. Even if it's slow, even if it's small, because giving up won't bring peace. But progress will. And one day, you'll look back, realizing the climb was worth it. Every scar, every fall, every tear. They weren't signs of weakness. They were proof of will. And that will is your greatest strength. So keep walking your road. Keep carrying your dream, because your purpose is waiting. On the other side of persistence, everything you've been searching for was never out there. It was always within. You've learned to believe again, to walk through fear, to choose love over noise. You've learned that peace is power, and faith is fuel for the soul. But this isn't the end. It's the beginning of who you're becoming. You don't need to fix your past. You need to start honoring your present. Every scar you carry is not shame. It's a signature of survival. Every fall taught you resilience. Every tear washed away illusion. The power of positive thinking is not about pretending everything's fine. It's about trusting that even in the dark, light is still growing inside you. You are not behind. You are exactly where strength begins. So keep believing when the world forgets. Keep loving when it feels safer to close, because love is your true language. Faith is your real foundation. Speak to yourself gently. Dream again, even if it scares you, because the moment you believe, life starts moving in your favor. You are not small, not weak, not broken. You are becoming whole, brave, alive. So take this lesson with you. Every thought is a seed. Plant peace. Grow purpose. Harvest strength. And when you rise tomorrow, whisper to yourself, "The power is already in me." If these words touched your heart, leave a comment below. Tell me what you'll believe in today. And don't forget to subscribe so we can keep learning English and life together. Because this isn't just language, it's transformation. And your journey is only beginning.